Friday Night Heights on the plains of Auburn, Alabama, the campus of Auburn University, where the 14th ranked Auburn Tigers hosting the 20th ranked Missouri Tigers. Jeff Shear along with Toy Garcia, and 2 weeks ago tonight, a huge rivalry win for the Auburn Tigers.
Darion needs a 9-5 for Auburn to win the meet.
Double.
She did it! Auburn's going to beat Alabama.
196-625 for the Auburn Tigers. Jeff Graba in his 10th season picks up his second victory over Alabama, the first coming back in 2016. Toy, huge win for Coach Graba.
An electric night for the Auburn Tigers, and they're looking to carry that momentum with Missouri tonight for a big win.
We're just about to get ready to go on the vault for the Auburn Tigers. That's how Auburn will line it up. Jada Glenn, Skylar Shepard, Gracie Day, Cassie Stevens, Drew Watson, and Darion Goborn. As the Auburn Tigers complete their practices tonight. And what should we expect, Toy, from Auburn on vault?
Auburn is really jam-packed with a lot of 10-0 routines, so a lot of talent here on this event. But historically, vault has been one of the weaker events for Auburn, so they're really going to need to find those landings and focus on the details.
Coach Graba giving a few last-minute instructions. We saw the one freshman, Cassie Stevens, in that lineup, and she has been spectacular for Auburn.
She has absolutely been a huge component of this team. Freshman competing all around tonight. It's very impressive.
First up for the Auburn Tigers, Jada Glenn.
Now, Jada's capable of doing a Yurchenko 1.5. We'll see what she does here tonight.
Junior from Aurora, Colorado, to lead it off tonight here on the Plains.
And it's Yurchenko full. It's a little short there on her landing. You see she took a step forward, so that'll be a couple tenths deduction.
And we'll take it over to Missouri, starting tonight on bars. You see the lineup. The senior Aspen Tucker to lead it off, Chelsea Christensen, Sienna Schreiber, Elisa Sharametta, Morgan Porter, and the fine freshman Helen Hu.
Helen Hu is an absolute performer on this event. She scores 9.9, 9.95. She's a stellar athlete. Really looking forward to see what she's going to do tonight.
Aspen Tucker to lead it off. She was a little under the weather earlier this season. They'll have her back tonight to anchor the floor routine as well.
Major release there, that was a Jaeger. Going down to the low bar with an overshoot. Nice handstand right on top of the bar. Coaches are looking for those handstands to land right on top of the bar. She does giant full into immediate double back. Sticks that landing, no problem there. Nicely done.
We saw Coach Shannon Welker excited about that way to start it off tonight. There's Jeff Graba in his 10th season. 3 times the Southeastern Conference Coach of the Year. He has had 10 sellouts here in Auburn Arena, including one a couple of weeks ago. 10 sellouts coming in the last 6 seasons. And Skylar Shepard, senior from Texas.
Shepard has really stepped up here. She hasn't competed vault before this season for the Tigers, but she's had to step up because, like I mentioned before, vault has been one of the weaker events for this team. So Yurchenko half. Nice landing, a little pikey in the air. Would have liked to see her hips a little bit open. We'll take another look. Nice entry onto the table, open shoulders, but does pike down just a little bit. Does take a small hop, which will be a tenth or two, but nicely done. That'll be a good score for Shepard.
For Skylar Shepard. .965 the score, by the way, for Jada Glenn to open it up for Auburn. And here is Chelsea Christensen, second on bars for the Missouri Tigers.
I just want to remind our viewers that the rules have changed, and for vault, bars, for bars, beam, and floor, the start value is now a 9.4, so the gymnasts have had to come up with 6 extra tenths of bonus. So making the routines a little bit more difficult, making everything a little bit more competitive here.
And coaches and gymnasts still working through that, are they not?
Absolutely, still trying to comb out the knots here. Nice handstand right on top of the bar. Giant bull lands right on top of the bar. That's what the judges want to see. To her major release. Moving to the high bar, gearing up for her dismount. Iron pull to immediate double back. Takes a small hop to the side, but nicely done. No major deductions here. Looks like she's very excited about that routine.
Chelsea Christensen. And while Gracie Day gets ready to go, I can tell you that Skylar Shepard scored a 9.8 on her vault routine. Senior from San Antonio, Texas.
Day has a huge Yurchenko 1.5. And there it is. Absolutely amazing.
I don't know that anyone has more fun in a meet than Gracie Day.
She has an absolute ball. And it makes everyone else have fun too. We'll take another look here. Good entry onto the table. Nice height, good distance. She just eases into that landing. Does take a small hop forward. It'll be a tenth or two, but I'd venture to say that's a 9.85 vault.
And speaking of 9.85, that was the leadoff score for Aspen Tucker from Missouri. And here is Sienna Schreiber from Missouri, one of many freshmen in this Mizzou lineup.
Nice pack salto to overshoot combination there. That'll get her some good bonus. Judges are looking for connections as well as handstands on top of the bar. Stuck landings. She took a step there. Let's take another look at this double layout dismount. Peeled off the bar just a little bit early. You can see her chest was down, so she wasn't able to get that stick, making her take that step forward.
And there is Shannon Welker, season number 7 at Missouri. Coming off a 17th place finish ranking a year ago in that senior laden lineup. And here is Cassie Stevens, ultra talented freshman from Phoenix.
Yurchenko 1.5. She's a little bit crooked on that mat, you can see. Looks like she twisted a little early off the table. Solid vault. Take another look here. You can see she started twisting just a little bit early. Her head moved before her shoulders and her hips, which is why she landed slightly to the side, but shouldn't be more than a tenth or two deduction.
Elisa Sharametta, the sophomore from New York. Gracie Day comes in with a 9.825 for Auburn on vault.
Next up on bars, Elisa Sharametta.
Chelsea Christensen scored a 9.8 from Missouri in that number 2 slot.
From behind the bar, you'll see a lot of gymnasts perform mounts different ways, behind the bars, in the middle of the bars, behind the high bar. It's all preference and how the routine is positioned. So far, so good. Nice form from this athlete. Does a twisting dismount. Very interesting. You don't usually see that. You see a lot of flips, a lot of full-in dismounts. She twisted and it landed very nicely. It's a little bit harder to twist because you're coming down into the ground differently. You can see she's right on top of that bar. It's exactly what the judges want to see.
Nicely done for Elisa. Here is Drew Watson. Trying to follow up on the 9.85 and continue to build from Cassie Stevens, as each Auburn gymnast has increased the score, and that's the way you draw it up.
Gorgeous Yurchenko 1.5. I mean, from the entry onto the table to the positioning off the table to her legs and ankles being perfectly together, toes pointed. Let's take another look. Nice form, legs are squeezed together. She just eases into that landing. I mean, she makes it look so easy. Just spots that landing and nails it.
Coach Jeff Graba says that Drew is a perfect balance of blue collar and flash, and I think we saw some flash right there.
She has definitely got ice water running through her veins.
And here is Morgan Porter. Fifth-year senior coming off an Achilles injury. Coach Walker says this is the best she's looked.
Gearing up for the dismount here. Double front. We'll call that a stick. There was a small hop, but we'll call that a stick. That was a double front. That's a blind landing, so you don't see the ground before your feet hit. That's one of the hardest dismounts a gymnast can do. Take another look here. Beautiful form going into this dismount. Well above the bar. Just eases right into that landing.
And here is the reigning national champion in this event.
She puts up big scores on this event, so let's see what she's going to do here tonight.
She is a crowd pleaser in the anchor slot.
Nice Yurchenko 1.5. Looks like she had a little bit too much momentum there. Wasn't able to control that landing. Looks like she could have probably done another half twist. Let's take a second look here. Well above the table. Let's take a look at this height and distance she gets. I mean, just feet above the table. Absolutely amazing. Like I said, she could probably add another twist.
Here come her teammates. So Drew Watson will have the highest score for Auburn in this event, a 9.95. And we'll see what the score comes in for Darion. And talking about crowd pleasers, here is Helen Hu.
She is such a beautiful athlete to watch on this event. I mean, connection after connection. That was major bonus right there. 2 releases right in a row. That's 3 releases. Handstands right on top of the bar. Trying to tad crooked, going in her double back dismount. We'll call that a stick too. A little bit of a foot shuffle, but I don't know. Gymnastics is subjective, so judges might not have seen that or might have called it a stick. Huge height on that Hindorf. Just absolutely clearing that high bar. Dismount here. A little bit of a foot shuffle, but very nicely done. Gorgeous routine.
Adeline Sabados in an exhibition role. She is a freshman from Colorado.
Yurchenko full, a little bit pikey, but she did exactly what she needed to do, was land a vault.
And Darion Goborn, by the way, scored a 9.85. So Auburn with a 49.275 on vault. with a slight lead over Helen Hu with a 9.925. Your first chance to see Helen, what did you see from her as we watched this exhibition? Your first impression of Helen?
She's absolutely incredible. I mean, just her lines, she extends all the way up from her hands, all the way down to her toes. Her toe point is gorgeous. Her form, execution, I mean, it's all there. She's a phenomenal bar worker. These exhibitions are really good for these athletes because this gives the coaches and the team a chance to see who could potentially move into the lineup. It's January, it's early in the season, so they're still doing a little bit of shuffling before they firm up lineups. She did a good job, so these exhibitions really are just for these athletes to nail their routine and get that meet experience.
Holland Patrick with the exhibition routine for Missouri. So it's a slight lead for the Auburn Tigers. We're back after this.
That was amazing, just as a home opener.
What an environment we have for you here on the Plains. Auburn Arena for the Iron Bowl of Gymnastics.
In the past, we've always been neck and neck with them, or we haven't really showed up when we're supposed to.
The main thing that the team takes away from beating Alabama is that they can compete against anybody in the country.
We were honestly really just excited to reach the potential we know we have.
I don't even think any of us knew that we won until Darion landed, because we're so focused on ourselves.
Double.
Did it.
Nice.
Auburn's going to beat Alabama.
We've been telling them that they're really good. That sort of confirmed it.
Jeff Shear along with Toy Garcia, and Toy, it was crazy here at Auburn Arena when Darion stuck that floor landing 9.95 to secure the rivalry win over the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Absolutely. As a former Auburn gymnast, I know how important that win was for the team. And Graba mentioned he's never seen anything like it since he's been here. And Darion, like you mentioned, that 9.95 floor routine was just stellar. Her and Drew Watson have really just proven to be that 1-2 punch continuously.
And Jeff Graba told us there was no doubt that the crowd played a large role in Auburn's win. And it's one of several signature wins at home in a row for the Auburn Tigers. You see the teams they've taken down, some big brands there: LSU, Georgia, Arkansas, and Alabama. Coming up next in our second rotation, we'll see some outstanding gymnasts. We'll see Drew Watson trying to follow up on her 9.95. And for the Missouri Tigers, Morgan Porter. And there's Drew for the Auburn Tigers on Friday Night Heights, coming up next. Center at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, and it's number 5 Alabama and number 8 LSU from Baton Rouge. Friday Night Heights is also streaming live on the ESPN app. Score after the first rotation: the Auburn Tigers in the lead, 49-275 to 49-225 for the upward trending Missouri Tigers. Under Coach Shannon Welker in season number 7. You can see prior to his arrival, he came after the 2013 season when Missouri ranked number 43, and last year that senior-laden squad finished number 17. And you see the rise in RQS scores and season highs, and then didn't qualify for the regionals. And last year, 196.625. So he's done an excellent job there in Columbia, Toy.
Oh, absolutely. Missouri is the youngest team in the SEC, but every year they come to play, and they just continue to prove themselves.
And here they go on vault. We talked about what a young lineup they are. Brandt and the leadoff gymnast, Sienna Schreiber, freshman for Missouri.
So the vault rules changed a couple of years ago, and that Yurchenko full, which is one of the most competed vaults in the NCAA, now started at 9.95. So a lot of gymnasts you'll see are now competing Yurchenko 1.5s or trying to change things up to get that 10.0 start value. This gymnast a gorgeous Yurchenko full. I mean, I didn't see any problems there.
You could tell Sienna was fired up right the instant that she landed. And speaking of talented freshmen, here is one for the Auburn Tigers. On bars, it is Cassie Stevens. 3 freshmen there, Toy, to start it off. Stevens, Sabados, and Aria Brush.
This team is definitely jam-packed with a lot of young, talented girls. Stevens, for example, she's competing in the all-around as a freshman, which is very impressive, very hard thing to do. Nice Hindorf major release there. Overshoot down to the low bar, hits that handstand. Gearing up for her dismount here. Giants are getting faster. Double layout. Sticks that landing. And the crowd goes wild.
Well, it got loud in here in a hurry, Toy.
Let's take another look at this. Huge Hindorf well above the bar. Double layout dismount. She gets her toes up, open hips, and just sinks into that landing. And the coaches are ecstatic.
Next up for Missouri, here is Gabrielle Gatula. She's trying to build on the 9-9 by Sienna Schreiber, so quite a high score there for the leadoff gymnast for Mizzou.
Beautiful Yurchenko full. Really like how she completed that layup before she started twisting. Showing a lot of control there. She does take a small step back. Let's take another look. Specifically in the air. Gorgeous position in that air. Just hips completely open. Complete laid out position.
Over to bars for the Auburn Tigers, the second of 3 straight freshmen, Adeline Sabados.
Next up on bars for the Auburn Tigers, Adeline Sabados.
First 3 routines, we're really looking for these gymnasts to hit. And the 3 remaining routines after, we're looking for the scores to build off of one another. So far, so good. Freshmen are really coming through. A little short on that handstand. Going up for the dismount here. It's a double layout. A lot of momentum there. Takes a hop back. Let's take another look here. Huge Hindorf above the bar. Feet are a little flexed, but that's just me being picky. We'll look at this dismount. Nice shape. A little bit of a leg separation, but finds that landing.
Sabados trying to follow up on the 9.85 scored by Cassie Stevens. And here's Aspen Tucker from Missouri.
Nice Yurchenko full. You can tell she was really going after that stuck landing. Takes a small hop backwards. Let's take another look here. Nice entry onto the table. She twists just a tad early. Close to getting that stuck landing. Takes a hop back. You can see here how she twists early. Her head starting to turn before her shoulders and her hips. But finishes very nicely nonetheless.
Aspen's a junior from Lehigh Acres, Florida. Competed in Fort Myers. Here's Aria Brush.
Nice combo there. Pack salto to an overshoot. She is a solid performer on this event. Double layout dismount. Small hop back. So far, not getting the stuck landings that they're looking for, but solid hits. Big dismount here. It's a double layout. Nice hips, nice open shape. Good execution.
Another freshman from Texas. It's Cambry Brandt for the Missouri Tigers. Teammates have scored 9-9, 9-8, and 9-8-2-5.
She's looking to build off of those scores here. It's a nice front handspring pike half off. So what I was referencing earlier about these athletes trying new vaults, trying to get that 10-0 start value, that vault starts from a 10-0. Take another look here. Nice entry to the table. Opens up right in time, sees that landing. And coach is happy.
And Drew Watson following up on her 9-9-5. On vault, here's Drew on the bars.
Huge Hindorf there. That is one thing Drew is known for, the height on her major release. A little bit of a struggle on that overshoot there. She was able to pull it through. That will be a deduction though, because she did have a break in her routine and a little bit of an archy back. Full in dismount, sticks the landing, definitely recovers from that minor mistake.
Toy, how hard is that to save that like she did there?
Requires a lot of strength, and you really have to think fast, because it could have gone either way. She pulled it over though.
And then finishing strong here.
Pulling it together and finishing strong. Nice full in dismount. Eases right into that landing.
Back over to the vault for Morgan Porter.
Yurchenko 1.5, a little bit short on that landing. You can tell she took a couple steps back. Looked like she was a little bit back on the board and her entry wasn't quite as good on the table. We'll take another look here. You can see she didn't get that entry she wanted. She was a little bit off in that twist and landed a little bit short there.
You see the scores there from Missouri on vault tonight. Schreiber with that 9-9 to start it out. And now we come back on bars to Gracie Day. What makes Gracie so good on bars?
Gracie is she's just solid. You can just see like her toe point right there, her legs, just solid squeezed together. Huge release there. She's just really a stellar athlete on this event. A little bit short on her handstands tonight. Does a double Arabian dismount, blind landing, takes a couple steps backwards. Take another look here at her handstand. That handstand there was a little short. Goes right into her double Arabian dismount. Shuffles the feet just a little bit, but solid performance from Day.
For Missouri.
Another Yurchenko 1.5. Same thing here, takes a small step back. Looks like these athletes are really trying to get those sticks.
It's Hannah McCrary, so it could be tough for anybody to beat their leadoff gymnast, Sienna Schreiber. Scored a 9-9.
Take another look here. Entry onto the table. She was twisting just a little bit as she approached the table. Hips were a little pikey, and her landing. Bent legs there, you can see.
Here is the crowd favorite for the Auburn Tigers, Darian Goborn.
focus there. She's such a quick twitch gymnast on this event. All her movements are sharp, fast, and solid.
Chef Graba said she has grown so much as a leader in her time on the plains.
Dismount, full twisting double back. Really went after that stick there. Her chest was just a little down, but she stuck it. Let's take another look here at her major release. It's a Tkachev or a reverse hecht. You can see she's well above the bar, right where she needs to be, just reaches over and hangs on to that bar with no problem.
McCrary did get the 9-9 as we get ready for some exhibitions.
Nice exhibition vault from Helen Hu.
McCrary with a 9-9 and Schreiber. So the leadoff and anchor gymnasts with the highest scores from Missouri on vault. As we await the score for Darian Goborn. Gracie Day with a 9.85 for the Auburn Tigers on bars.
So here's another exhibition from Auburn. Kendall Moss has been in and out of the lineup, so this is a great opportunity for her to kind of make her way back in there. She's proven herself before, but new talent comes every year, so it's very competitive to stay in these lineups.
Kendall's a senior from Charlotte, North Carolina. Huge fan of Cam Newton. She's not alone on this campus.
Nice Ginger major release to an overshoot. Nice connection there, she'll get bonus. A little bit short on her handstands. Double layout dismount, sticks that landing.
That's how you put yourself in consideration for a lineup spot.
That's how you put yourself on the board. Nice suck landing there. Excellent job.
As we await another exhibition, the score in for Darian Goborn with a 9.875, so Toy halfway home tonight. We have the thinnest of margins. You see the score there, 98.550 for Auburn, 98.525 for Missouri, so this is anyone's meet with 2 rotations to go.
Missouri definitely came to play tonight. This is a meet that they really need to win to stay relevant in the SEC. Graba described this as their Super Bowl, pretty much. Auburn, for them, is the team to beat.
Katie Becker, another Carolina senior. She's from Boone, North Carolina.
Becker has also been in the lineup before. So
This
just
is
another chance for Graba to kind of see what works well for the lineup and for these athletes.
This is her favorite event.
Gearing up for the dismount here, double layout. A little bit of a squatty landing. Landed with her legs really bent, takes that setback. But a hit routine.
Check this out, Toy. 7 new career highs. So these young gymnasts performing at a high level tonight. We're halfway home at Auburn Arena. Auburn with a narrow lead over the Missouri Tigers. We're back on Friday Night Heights after this. Sit on the plains of Auburn, Alabama. The Auburn Tigers with a 98.550 lead over Missouri, 98.525. Jeff Shear along with Toy Garcia. And Jeff, it's impressive what Missouri and Coach Welker have been able to do, Toy, with replacing all the seniors that graduated from last year's team.
Absolutely, yeah, you're right. Welker really has said that he's put a lot of emphasis on the team camaraderie, the culture here for the Tigers. It's a young team, so it's important for them to get to know each other. They're talented, but they haven't been able to come together and make everything gel. So really, tonight, that's what they're focusing on. 7
seniors a year ago, 7 freshmen in the lineup this year. And check out almost half the routines, Toy, 11 of 24 coming from newcomers.
A good percent of the routines are coming from newcomers. And so far, they've really proven themselves.
And one of those newcomers She's a star in the making, Helen Hu.
She is the beam and bar queen, but you'll see her also performing on vault. She exhibition tonight on that apparatus, and she is just a stellar performance meet after meet. She has not scored below a 9.9 on bars and beam.
Here's Helen earlier.
Outstanding form, great execution.
Is the freshman from Chicago, Illinois, and you see her junior career there, a 4-time champion, national champion on beam, and a 2-time champ on bars.
She's definitely exciting to watch. I can't wait to see what she's going to do on beam.
We'll go to break. We'll come back with our third event of the night, and you will see some more star power. You'll see Aspen Tucker and Skylar Shepard on beam on Friday Night Heights on the SEC Network. 98.55 for Auburn, 98.525 for the Auburn Tigers, who are next on beam. And there's the lineup. Emma Slappy started off, the senior, then Aria Brush and Cassie Stevens, a couple of freshmen, Meredith Sylvia, Drew Watson, and then Skylar Shepard, who was electric on this event 2 weeks ago in the win over Alabama.
Auburn is actually ranked 9th right now on beam. We were talking to Coach Graheba earlier, and he was saying, well, it's early in the season. Yeah, it is, but that team has a lot of depth and a lot of talent on this event. So I'd venture to say they're going to stay in this place for a while.
Emma Slappy. Jeff Graba calls her the steadying, calming force on this Auburn team. 5th-year senior.
Slappy has suffered a couple of injuries. She just got over a cold last week, so she's only competing beam this meet. The gymnasts have to keep in mind that it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Graduated in the summer of 2018. She's in grad school now, working on her master's.
Switch leg leap into split half, into an immediate V jump. Every gymnast is required to have a jump series. 2 jumps combined. Going up for the dismount here. Sticks it, no problem there, solid routine. That's exactly what they need as to start off on beam.
And here's how Mizzou will line up on the floor. Leading off will be the sophomore, Elisa Sharametta. Catula, the junior, Schreiber, who scored that 9.9, the freshman, McCrary, Morgan Porter, and Aspen Tucker, a couple of seniors in the 5 and 6 slots for Missouri.
Floor was always my favorite event to compete. It really gets the crowd going. They get really involved. And it's a great opportunity to kind of showcase your personality.
Elisa Sharametta, you see her average a 9.8 on floor.
First pass here, front handspring double fold. Judges are looking for these athletes to stick their landings. Now they are allowed to take a step back, 1 step back. Nice 1.5 to lay out, step out. It's our double acro series. Every athlete on the floor is required to have that. Showing off some flexibility here. It's important to show your strong suits. that quite around. It looks like that was actually supposed to be a layout. She tucked it around and just could not make it.
So Elisa was looking strong there till the very end.
Let's check out this last pass here. You can see it looks like that was supposed to be a front layout. She tried to save it, but just couldn't. I give her credit for that. Team's really going to have to rally now to kind of pull themselves together and finish out strong, because keep in mind, only 5 scores count. So the remaining scores on floor for Missouri will have to count.
Puts pressure on everybody who will come in that lineup.
Absolutely does. That's why the leadoff position is so important to hit.
And getting some nice encouragement from her teammates. Emma Slappy, by the way, scored a 9.775, the leadoff score on beam. And here is Aria Brush, and that's been right about her average so far as a freshman, 9.783. Jeff Graber was talking with us about her international experience at the elite level. She scored a couple of career highs against LSU last week, so she has some momentum coming into this meet.
She's definitely a performer who can produce. She's used to the TV coverage. She's used to being in the limelight, so she knows how to handle the pressure.
Attendance tonight, while we wait for Aria to get going, 7,005. So not quite a sellout, but close. Auburn Arena seats 7,424 for gymnastics, 7,005 the attendance tonight. And here's Aria. Your first chance to see Aria in person. What do you see from her, Tori?
She's a solid performer. That's the first thing that comes to mind. She knows how to hit. She knows how to take on the pressure, and that's really important as a freshman. Gearing up for her acro series, spin handspring layout, step out, nails it. Switch leg leap to back tuck. You saw a little grin on her face there. She was happy about that. Jam-packed routine so far. No major deductions. Really powerful athlete. Gearing up for the dismount. Back handspring to 1.5. Sticks that landing. Like I said earlier, solid performer who knows how to hit under pressure. Let's take another look. It's a front aerial to beat jump. Single acro series. Each gymnast is required to have that, moving backwards or forwards.
And here is Missouri's score last week versus Florida on floor, 48.9, and that was the first time in 16 meets that they scored below 49. And we asked Coach Welker about that. He said, hey, we'll just have to start a new streak. It's going to be tough tonight. The pressure's on now after the stumble on the leadoff spot.
He has a lot of potential here on floor, though. A lot of 9/8s that they can produce, a lot of 9/9s.
Some words of encouragement there for Gabrielle Gatula. He said she brings tons of energy. We asked Coach to describe her. He said she is electric on the floor.
While the judges are looking for nice landings, 180 split leaps, they're also looking for these athletes to have fun, to have a good time, to really enjoy what they're doing. I mean, at the end of the day, that's really what it's about.
We had that little delay before Aria went, and that could have been a revision of the score. Emma Slappy at 9.825, an upward adjustment.
Huge double pike open and pass. She's really having fun here with this floor routine.
I think I'm seeing some of the tons of energy the coach was talking about.
Exactly, showing some personality here. Second pass. Nice double acro. conditioning is a huge part of floor as well. The routines are about 1.5 minutes, but it's constant movement. There are no breaks. So the last pass is definitely the hardest for these gymnasts, and so conditioning.
And that's where, especially at home, where that crowd could pull you through.
Oh, absolutely. Last pass, double tuck. Handles that with no problem. Does the signature tiger hands at the end.
That's how you pick up a teammate, Toy, right there.
Take a look at her first pass. Sky high, double pike. Gorgeous double salto. 1.5 twist. Last pass here. Eases into that double tuck, no problem. That was fun.
I think Gabrielle Gatula will be pleased when the judges show her score after a great routine like that. Here is Cassie Stevens, number 3 in the beam lineup for Auburn. After Aria Brush scored a 9.8 and Emma Slappy a 9.825.
Back handspring layout step out. She looked a little crooked. I saw it before she even did her first back handspring. She was a little bit on the side of the beam, which is why she had to take those couple steps back. But she was able to save it. Nice switch ring there. It's always impressive to see gymnasts do that because that also is a blind landing. And you're taking a risk by doing that. You're oftentimes rewarded. And there she goes with the Stevens. She has a whole skill named after her, which is pretty cool if you ask me.
That's
as a
right.
freshman.
What does it say, Toy, about a freshman to be competing in the all-around?
Very impressive here. And she's not only just competing, but she's also doing major skills. She has a lot of difficulty in her routines. Let's take another look at the switch ring. Doesn't quite get that back leg all the way up, but she is in that 180 split. Take a second look at her dismount to round off 1.5. Takes a small hop to the side. She twisted just a tad early. Solid performance.
And Sienna Schreiber started off the meet for Missouri with a 9.9 on vault. Here she is on floor, trying to follow up and build on Gatula's 9.85.
First pass, double pike. And like I said, gymnasts are allowed to take that step and leaning into their lunge. There's no deductions there, but if you take any more steps after that, that's when the judges will start deducting. Second pass, it was a 1.5. And to a tuck, I venture to say that should have been a layout. Not sure though. Be interesting to see how the judges score her on that. So there we only saw 2 passes in this routine. A lot of gymnasts are starting to do that. Definitely takes away from potential deductions, and it is allowed.
Does it take away from the ceiling as well? Can you not score as high if you only pass twice?
Well, it's interesting. We were having this conversation earlier. Cleanliness oftentimes trumps difficulty.
Well said, Toy Garcia. And that was a clean routine, no doubt, for Sienna Schreiber. And here is Meredith Sylvia, number 4 on beam for Auburn.
She's a really beautiful gymnast to watch on this event.
Cassie Stevens scores a 9.825, by the way, for Auburn in that number 3 slot. And that is her career high.
Just finishes every movement so precisely, every skill. Really, really pretty to watch. And there's her signature move right there. Just very dynamic, very expressive, even in her face. Nice sheet jump there. Another difficult skill that you don't see that often. It's a blind landing, it's difficult. And like I said earlier, oftentimes gymnasts are rewarded for that. Gearing up for the dismount here. It's a gainer full off the side of the beam. Nails that landing. Stunning performance. Didn't see any major deductions in that routine whatsoever.
It's easy to see why beam is a strength for these Auburn Tigers.
Absolutely. Take another look at her signature move right there. And the dismount just eases right into it and holds it for a minute.
Back to the floor for the Missouri Tigers. Here is Hannah McCrary. Her teammates have each scored a 9.85 for Gatula and Schreiber after the 9.25 to lead off this discipline.
Nice opening pass, front layout, 1.5. It's a double pike, doesn't even take that step back, doesn't need it. Oftentimes you'll see the double flip passes come first. A lot of gymnasts think that's a harder skill. So she might actually want to do her double salto pass first. It's just preference. There are no deductions for orders of passes as long as you get all requirements in. Gearing up for the last pass here. It's a 2.5. Takes a small step to the side. Nice finish.
Latoya, the pressure was on Missouri after the stumble on the leadoff routine, and the next three gymnasts have all delivered.
That's how you know there's a strong team here. They don't let that shake them. They don't let it get in the way of their confidence. They do what they do in practice.
Well done by Hannah McCrary.
And here's the last pass. It's a 2.5 double twist.
Make some noise for Drew Watson.
Here's Drew Watson. You see the beam average of a 9.8. She scored a 9.95 tonight on vault. Jeff Graba says she is someone you can depend on, someone you can implicitly trust. A steadying force for these Auburn Tigers.
A good leader, good foundation. Back handspring layout, step out. A little bit of a leg bend in that back leg there. Cat leap to side aerial. No issues there. Right on top of the beam. Minor balance check there on her leap series. She looks a little nervous tonight on beam. Dismount, round off, 1.5. Small hop forward. Not the best routine I've seen from her, but job well done. Let's take a look at her series. A little bit of a bend leg. That's just me being picky. Might be a 10th deduction. Round off, 1.5 twist. Takes that small hop forward, but nicely done.
Drew Watson for the Auburn Tigers in the number 5 spot on beam. Hannah McCrary, the score in for her on floor. The previous routine, she scored a 9-8, which brings us to Morgan Porter.
Porter is a veteran on this team. She's a redshirt senior. Gorgeous double pike opening pass.
Coach Welker says she is very steady, describes her as a competitor.
Double salto is her second pass. So she took a tiny step forward. A lot of gymnasts will compete that, so eliminate any potential deductions. So far, so good from Porter. She's looking to nail this last pass. Double tuck, handles it with no problem, moves right out of it, and finishes strong.
4 straight excellent routines for Missouri. The most recent by Morgan Porter. And Toy, we can see why they are such a strong floor team.
Take a look at the double salto second pass. And I'd say he's pretty pleased.
I would say so. Anchor on beam for Auburn is Skylar Shepard. 2 weeks ago, before the Alabama meet, Auburn assistant Ashley Johnson said, "What are you going to do on beam tonight?" And Skylar said, "I'm going to own it." And she went out and proceeded to do just that, to the tune of a 9.95.
She's another athlete that's just really pretty to watch. Has gorgeous lines, beautiful extension all the way up to her fingertips, and we'll see that here in her acro series. Back handspring layout, step out, no form breaks there.
When you clear that first hurdle, does it build your confidence mid-routine?
It's kind of like a, it's like a relief.
Weight off your shoulders?
A weight off your shoulders. You're like, okay, first thing down, just a few more to go. Cat leap to switch side. Only thing left here is the dismount. This could potentially be a big score for Shepard. Just looking to nail this dismount here. Back handspring step out to 1.5. Small hop forward. That was probably the only deduction that I saw.
Skylar Shepard, did she own it again? Pretty close.
Let's take a look at this dismount here. Only deduction, only visible deduction. Takes a small hop forward. So I'm excited to see that score from her.
Previous score for Auburn, Drew Watson, a 9.75. And here is Aspen Tucker. She's trying to follow up the 9.9, highest score tonight so far on floor, scored by Morgan Porter. Speaking of 9.9s, Coach Welker says that's the potential score that Aspen is capable of on floor.
Huge full in. Biggest skill we've seen so far from the Missouri Tigers on floor. Second pass here. Double full into a layout step out. combination. She looks like she's having fun. This looks really, really easy for her. But let me tell you, it's not. Could be the biggest score tonight for the Missouri Tigers if she lands this last pass. Double pike. Oh, just landed a little bit short.
So
I know
close.
she's disappointed about that.
Up until that point, that was a stunning routine.
Would have probably been the biggest score for them. So now they are going to have to count a fall routine. They had 2 falls on the floor. A little bit short. And you can see Coach Welker is disappointed.
Sure.
Next up, exhibition on B for your Auburn Tigers, Morgan Lee Alden.
Here is Morgan Lee Oldham with an exhibition on the beam for Auburn. And in between those 2 falls, the scores for Missouri, 9-8-5, 9-8-5, 9-8, and 9-9. Couldn't get that 5th clean routine, although Tucker was dynamic until that very last pass. It's Morgan Lee trying to work her way into this Auburn lineup.
Coach Grady says she's a stellar performer on this beam, but she does have a little bit of difficulty with her dismount at times. So that would be the one thing that would hold her back.
Freshman from Orlando, Florida. Toy, be careful. She wants to take your job, wants a career in sports broadcasting, so maybe she'll take mine. And then you guys can work together.
Little competition,
That's
never
right.
a bad thing.
Competition makes us better, right?
That is right.
Speaking of competition, Morgan Lee trying to work her way into the lineup, create a spot for herself. Jeff Graba said this is going to be kind of the last meet where they give some opportunities to folks to see what they can do, and then they want to have the lineup solidified going into February.
There's that dismount that Graba was referring to that she struggles with, and she was not able to pull it out tonight.
And last up for Missouri, an exhibition on the floor, Cambry Brandt.
Cambry Brandt will give a floor exhibition for Missouri. 9-8-2-5 the score for Skylar Shepard. One of 4 9-8-2-5s for the Tigers tonight, so really steady on beam. Slappy, Stevens, Sylvia, and Shepard. The 4 S's all score 9-8-2-5s. Cambry Brandt scored a 9-8-5 on the vault tonight. Exhibition performer on floor.
First pass. Nice double pike. Gearing up for the second pass here. Steps out of bounds there. You can see the judge raise her hand. That will be a couple tenths deduction. And there's no deduction if the athlete steps on the white line, but there is a deduction if they step out of it.
And tough luck for Aspen Tucker tonight with a 9-1-5, her score on floor.
Double tuck, last pass. Besides that second pass where she ran out of bounds, solid performance.
For Cambry Brandt. 3 down, 1 to go. Auburn Tigers starting to pull away from Missouri after the Tigers of Missouri, the visiting Tigers, had to count a fall on floor. And the Tiger Paws with a floor routine of their own tonight. Missouri Tigers, you see second straight meet with the sub 49. We're back for our fourth and final event of the night on Friday.
Honestly indescribable.
The fans are right on top of us. It's really loud.
You go on road meets in the SEC and there's energy there too. Every place is a fun place to compete, but it's not like Auburn Arena.
I love the student section. The gymnasties make it such a great environment.
The gymnasties really bring a different kind of flavor to our arena, and they create some kind of energy that you really can't compete with.
Well, I think it's the toughest place in the country to compete. I think it's the best place in the country to compete.
I've had the opportunity to compete in different kind of arenas in the SEC and the Pac-12, and there's nothing better than the fans in Auburn, Alabama.
You see it's a tough place for visiting teams to compete. The Auburn Tigers these last 6 seasons, record of 19-13. They've averaged more than 6,010 sellouts for Jeff Graba and the Auburn Tigers over these past 6 seasons, Toy.
The Tigers really count on their fans to kind of show out. Fan support is everything. So they're looking for their fans to be loud and knock their opponents off their feet. There's no defense in gymnastics, so the crowd kind of slips into that role, and that's just the advantage of being at home.
And Jeff Graba said no doubt that this home crowd helped Auburn defeat Alabama a couple weeks ago. Coming up, we have strength and strength. Helen Hu on the beam for the Auburn Tigers, and the crowd-pleasing Darian Goborn, a one-of-a-kind performer, her teammates say, on the floor. Gymnastics takes over the SEC network every Friday night, and next week, number 20 Missouri hosts number 19 Arkansas in Columbia at the Hearn Center at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. And then it's number 5 Alabama and number 8 LSU from Baton Rouge. Friday Night Heights is also streaming live on the ESPN app. You take a look at the score as we head into our final rotation of the night. Auburn 147-650, Missouri 147-175. You can see there are some athletes, some dancers, not only on the floor, but in the stands tonight.
There's the crowd that we were talking about, the Auburn crowd that really gets these athletes amped up.
Missouri will be on beam. And here's how the Missouri Tigers will line up on beam. Sienna Schreiber, the freshman who scored that 9-9 tonight on the vault, followed by Porter McCrary, Sharametta, and Gabriel Gatula, followed by the fine freshman Helen Hu.
You know, and a lot of people say that beam is the hardest event to finish on. It requires a lot of focus, a lot of concentration, especially in an intense crowd like Auburn has. But Coach Welker has said that this team really thrives in an SEC environment. So interested to see how they're going to do tonight on beam. Back handspring layout. Moving very nicely through this beam routine so far. Gorgeous 180 splits there. This gymnast on beam has a lot of confidence. It just exudes. Dismount here. So punch 1.5, takes a step back, but other than that, no major deductions there.
Sienna competing in all 4 events tonight for Missouri. Had that 9-9 on vault. And here's the lineup for the Auburn Tigers. On floor, Sabrina Cheney will lead it off. A couple of freshmen, Stevens and Brush. Shepard, Watson, and Goborn to close it out.
She's trying trying to get the crowd into it. You can see her hyping them up a little bit.
Sabrina from Florida, majoring in kinesiology. Started gymnastics when she was 3 years old. Toy, when did you start?
I think it was around that age.
Yeah?
I think most gymnasts around at this caliber of gymnastics usually start when you're really, really young.
Not really a sport you can come to late, is it?
Absolutely not. But then there's those that do start late, but they are not the norm. Auburn is known for good choreography on floor. Really showcasing these athletes' personality and a lot of times telling a story. First pass. It's a whip to a double back. Nice job. The energy in here is amazing.
We saw from Missouri how important it is to start off with a clean, solid routine. What's the challenge that comes with being the leadoff floor gymnast?
Your main role as a leadoff is to just hit your routine. Gives you the other athletes, your teammates, confidence that they need to hit their routine.
It takes a little pressure off.
It takes pressure off and just allows them to kind of gracefully move through the lineup and allowing those scores to build off of each other.
Next pass for Sabrina Cheney.
There's her double salto pass, moves right out of it. A lot of energy here in this routine. Awesome job. She is excited. The crowd's excited. Her teammates are excited.
And it got loud in a hurry.
First pass is a whip to double back. Second pass here, another double salto, handles it with no problem, just moves right out of it.
Back to the beam we go. After Schreiber, Sienna Schreiber scored a 9.85. Here is Morgan Porter. Competing in the all-around tonight, as is Schreiber.
Love when you see athletes take a risk there. That was a press handstand. Requires a lot of strength and not an easy skill to compete.
And that 9.850 for Schreiber on beam, tying her career high, so she's had an outstanding meet tonight. Also scored a 9.85 on floor.
A little bit of a balance check there on that full turn. It looks like an easy skill, but trust me, it's not. That was one skill that I really struggled with on the beam.
Morgan Porter has been rock solid tonight for Missouri. .9.825 on vault, 9.85 on bars, 9.9 on floor.
Nice height on that 1.5 dismount. Take another look at this minor balance check she has here on her full turn. You can see she drops that right shoulder a little bit. Check out the height on that dismount. She is feet above the high beam.
Next to one for your Auburn Tigers, let's hear it.
Here's Cassie Stevens. You see her consistency on the night. Freshman from Phoenix, Arizona.
She has really come into her own, performing on every event tonight, which, like I mentioned before, that's huge for a freshman.
The theme for this floor routine, rock and roll.
for freshmen to come in and kind of push some upperclassmen out of their spots that they had before. Makes the team a lot more competitive. It makes these gymnasts hungry to get their spots back.
How impressive is that for a freshman to come in and compete in all 4 events?
Very impressive. She was a stellar athlete when she was in club gymnastics. She performed in the Nastia Luki Cup several times, which is a major meet in club gymnastics. It's a qualifier meet. So she's had no problem making that transition here into college gymnastics, which a lot of freshmen do. Double tuck. Nice landing there. Just carried that momentum from Sabrina into her floor routine. Moving right through that lineup.
Big congrats from her teammates there.
First pass here, sky high, double pike. Opens right at the perfect time with her chest up. Last pass here, double tuck.
And to the beam we go, Hannah McCrary for Missouri. And both of her teammates so far, Schreiber and Porter, each scoring 9.85s on this event.
Front toss to beat jump. I mentioned earlier, every athlete on beam is required to have a single skill moving forward, backward, or sideways. Back handspring layout step out for her acro series.
That's what you've told me before, some gymnasts are more deliberate in their routine. They'll take their time up there. Others get off and on pretty quickly.
And that's just preference for the gymnast. It might also be coaching style. A lot of girls think on beam, slow and steady wins the race. A lot of girls think, let me get my skills over with and get off the beam as quickly as I can. As long as it's a nailed routine.
Where did you land on that?
I was the kind of girl, the beam was not my best event, so I was one of the ones that was, let me do all my skills and get off as quickly as I can.
Let's take another look here at Hannah McCrary. Big smile from Hannah.
Back handspring layout, step out, solid there. Gorgeous 180 split, you can see right there. No deductions whatsoever. A nice double stag to finish off.
Aria Brush had that 9.9 tonight on bars, and here she is on floor where you see her average of a 9.783. Following up on Cassie Stevens, 9.775.
Nice full in opening pass. Huge skill. Like I mentioned before, she is dynamite. Second pass, 1.5 to front layout, nails it.
Definitely has the crowd in her corner.
You can see her teammates on the side doing the routine with her. They're just having a good time. Like I said before, that is so important. That is another thing the judges are looking for. Not just nailed landings, not just 180 splits. They want to see these athletes having a good time. Settling in for this last pass here. Could be a big score if she nails it. Double pike. Does it with no problem. Nicely done.
Aria Brush for the Auburn Tigers.
First pass, full in. Close to that line. You can see she knows exactly where she is. We call those cat-like reflexes. Last pass here, double pike. And there's your excited coach there.
Arms upraised. Elisa Sharametta on the beam for the Missouri Tigers. And the scores have been nothing if not consistent for Missouri tonight. First three Tiger gymnasts, visiting Tigers, 9.85s, all three. So Elisa trying to equal or exceed that.
Sharametta is a transfer from Illinois, Chicago. Difficult for gymnasts to switch gears kind of in the middle of their NCAA career. Sometimes it's hard to get along with teammates or adjust to different coaching styles, but so far she's really had no problem. She's performed better than ever. Passing here. Gainer full off the side of the beam for her dismount. Sticks that landing. Clean routine.
Missouri 4 for 4 tonight on the beam.
Take another look at her dismount. See a little bit of a leg bend there, but shouldn't be more than a 10th or two. Nicely done from her.
Impressive bounce back after Missouri stumbled a little bit on the floor. And here is Skylar Shepard. See Aria Brush, 9.85, the previous score, highest so far in that Auburn lineup. Jeff Graba says that Skylar has displayed an immense amount of self-sacrifice for the team. She's developed into a leader.
First pass here. Gorgeous double salto.
Talks about her toughness and her grit. Says that she brings the fire back to her teammates.
Gymnast to watch on this event. Has really pretty lines, really nice leg and arm extensions.
You see Sharametta's score flash there, the 9.75, so the first score below a 9.85. Here's Skylar.
Second and last pass is a triple full. Chest was a little bit down on that landing, but nicely done. Finish is strong.
Skylar asking for some noise from the crowd. I see Bruce Pearl do that a couple of times a week here.
First pass, double salto. This was another two-pass routine we've seen second time tonight. Triple full.
Next on beam,
Gabrielle Gatula in the number 5 position for Missouri. She scored a 9.8 on vault and a 9.85 on floor. Did not compete in bars tonight for Missouri.
Very confident so far on this event. She's owning it. switch leg leap to split 3/4, showcasing that 180 split.
Teammates shouting encouragement.
Nice duck landing, gainer full off the side of the beam. No deductions, no visible deductions from over here.
Gabrielle Gatula has had an outstanding meet tonight for Missouri.
Triple series there, back handspring layout step out. One of the harder series that you'll see in NCAA. And just sticks that landing. You can see the excitement in her face.
Drew Watson already has one event title tonight for Auburn. You see that stunning 9.95 on vault. See what she can do on floor tonight as Drew competes in the all-around.
First pass there, double pike. Drew typically competes a double Arabian, which is a harder skill than what she just performed, but Coach Jeff Graba was telling us earlier that she's kind of nursing some injuries, so it's a marathon, not a sprint. She needs to take it easy so she can be healthy in the postseason.
Still competing in all 4 events tonight. Jeff Graba calls her one of the foundations of this Auburn team.
Second pass, full to her front lamb. Gearing up for the last pass here. Sky high, double tuck. Lands it with no problem.
Drew Watson putting the finishing touches on an all-around performance tonight at Auburn Arena.
First pass. Easy for her, double pike. Take a look at the second pass here. There's her double salto. Showing off a little bit of sass.
Big hug from Jeff Graba there. Gabrielle Gatula scored a 9.925 on the beam. So Helen Hu has her work cut out for her tonight if she's going to get this event title. And she certainly has the talent to do it.
That was absolutely stunning what she just did. The flexibility that she has on this event is just incredible. Beautiful performer. She has so much confidence up there. You can really see it.
If you told Coach Welker that, hey, you'd have a 9.925 before Helen Hu steps on the beam, he would take that.
Beautiful full turn completed with her leg up. She really is showcasing a lot of talent, a lot of strength here. Jam-packed with a lot of difficulty so far. Front aerial to beat jump. Front aerial, leaning on one leg. Look at that flexibility there. Wow. I mean, wow. That, honestly, is one of the prettiest routines I've seen in a very long time. That was incredible.
She lived up to and perhaps exceeded the hype, and you see the huge congratulations from her teammates.
Let's look at this first move she does here. I mean, that flexibility right there. Gorgeous 180, above 180 actually. I don't know, that might have been a 10.
We'll let you know the scores. So we go from one superstar, Helen Hu, to another, Darian Goborn. Her teammate Skylar Shepard says, I love watching Darian on the floor because anytime she performs, it is a show. She is a superstar.
Greba mentioned earlier, there is no stage too big for Darian. She loves to perform, and it is obvious. Take a look at this first pass. Huge open double tuck. She could probably complete another flip in there. It was sky high.
And she seemingly is immune to pressure.
She is certainly an athlete that loves to perform under pressure. And that's exactly the kind of athlete that you want on your team.
9-9-5, the score for Helen Hu on beam. So she takes home the beam title. Well, let's see Darian finish on floor. Teammates are locked in.
Last pass. Scott. Oh. Wow, that was very unexpected.
And just like Aspen Tucker, a great routine undone in the final seconds. Similar script.
First pass, sky high double tuck. She just opens that up. Doesn't even need to grab onto her legs.
Can you tell what goes wrong here?
She was sky high. It looked like she just opened up a little too late. She didn't see the floor, but she played it off. That's a shame because that would have been an awesome score from her.
So the good news if you're Auburn, how often can you say this? You don't have to count a score by Darian Goborn because all 5 of the preceding gymnasts hit. Now they didn't get 9 9s, but the lowest score for Auburn is a 9-7-5 from Cheney, Sabrina Cheney, the leadoff gymnast there.
Darian is such a competitor. I guarantee you she will never let that mistake happen again.
You can see she and Jeff Greba discussing it. So despite the fall by Goborn, Auburn is going to walk out of here with a home victory. And it's quite close because of Helen Hu and Gatula, what they did on beam, 9-9-2-5, 9-9-5. And without Goborn's big score there as the anchor, it's 196.7 for Auburn, 196.55 for Missouri as we get ready for exhibitions on floor for the Auburn Tigers. Her second exhibition roll of the night, Morgan Lee Oldham.
She has a chance to redeem herself after her fall on beam.
That Helen Hu beam routine was,
unbelievable.
you said it, Toy, you said it may have been one of the best you've ever seen.
I really think it was. That was just, it was stunning.
And a 9-1 for Darian Goborn. But again, with Watson scoring the 9-8-5 and the consistency of the first 5 gymnasts on floor, Auburn will earn the victory tonight. And here's Morgan Lee Oldham.
First pass, double pike. Second pass, 1.5 to front layout. Wasn't able to get that flip all the way around. Finish strong. Last pass here. Double tuck. Lands in a really deep squat, but she's able to make it all the way around to her feet. Struggled a little bit on that second and last pass there.
But great experience gain tonight for Morgan Lee Oldham. Helen Hu, big smile after her 9.95. Here's what's coming up for Missouri. Arkansas, we mentioned you'll see that one on the SEC Network. Then they're at Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Quad meet there on Valentine's Day. LSU at home. And then another one with Ohio State, Lindenwood, and Minnesota on February 28th. And Gracie Day getting ready for her exhibition for the Auburn Tigers. She's been in this floor lineup before. Gracie earlier tonight got a 9.85 on bars and a 9.825 on vault. She's a seasoned performer for these Auburn Tigers. Missouri checking with the judges on their floor score, so we'll see if there may or may not be any kind of adjustment made. Right now it's 196.7 Auburn, 196.550 for Missouri, which scored a 48.6 on floor.
Love this routine from Gracie Day. I really hope she has the opportunity to secure a spot in the lineup, just so everyone can see this floor routine. She really knows how to sell it. Now Gracie Day is capable of a double Arabian open pass. Here she did a double pike.
Love her facial expressions.
She really knows how to perform. Really knows how to tell the story in her floor routine. And this floor routine specifically is about a scary doll. Second pass, full to her front layout. She's really just a pleasure to watch. She's fun, she's funny. She's dramatic.
While Gracie gets ready for her next pass. Florida a winner tonight over LSU to the tune of 198.375, highest score in the nation so far.
Last pass there, double tuck. Looked like she might have missed her legs there because it was really open.
Gracie Day, entertaining exhibition tonight for the Auburn Tigers. While we wait for the score to be made official, 196.7, currently 196.550 for Missouri. And here's what's coming up for the Auburn Tigers at Georgia next Sunday, right before the Super Bowl. So get ready for Super Bowl 54 by watching the Deep South's oldest rivalry, Auburn and Georgia. Then Kentucky at home, Florida at home on Valentine's Day, at Arkansas, and then Texas Women's on February 28th. So that's what's coming up next month for the Auburn Tigers. We'll go to break. We'll have the official score, and we'll have our final thoughts coming up next on Friday Night Heights on the SEC Network. Welcome back to Auburn Arena. The score as it stands right now, that 196.7 for Auburn, 196.550 for Missouri. Jeff Shear along with Toy Garcia, and toward the Missouri coaches, we're trying to inquire from the judges as to their floor scores, and the only thing I can think of is maybe they wanted more from Aspen Tucker than a 9.15.
That's right. A lot of times you'll see them fight for everything they can, tooth and nail. It's important, you know, with the score being this close, that they might actually have the opportunity to tie Auburn.
And regardless, if there are no adjustments made, these are the highest scores of the season for both teams, for Auburn and Missouri. All right, so we do have an adjustment, a slight adjustment. Elisa Sharametta score is now a 9-3, which tightens our score a little bit, but it's still a win for Auburn. 196-7 for Auburn, 196-650 for the Auburn Tigers. So a narrow win, and each team scored its highest of the season. Let's take a look at some of our high performers for tonight. First on vault, Troy.
Drew Watson does what she does best. Stellar 1.5. Digs it with no problem. Highest score on vault for the Auburn Tigers.
To get a 9.95, and then we go to the bars, and Helen Hu, 9.925.
Hu, the bar queen, does what she does best. Gorgeous form, gorgeous lines. She really is an absolute pleasure to watch on this event.
That beam routine, Helen Hu, 9.95, that left us in awe.
I mean, my jaw was on the floor the entire time watching this beam routine. Like I said before, I really have not seen anything like this done before. She is so flexible, so strong, and it's amazing how confident she is.
And 3 event titles for the Missouri Tigers tonight, as Morgan Porter, courtesy of a 9.9 with the floor title. And Morgan also wins the all-around tonight with a 39.425 to outdistance her teammate Schreiber. There's our individual winners, and Porter wins the all-around in addition to the floor. So Missouri takes 3 out of 4, but the Auburn Tigers walk away tonight with the home victory over Missouri. So for Toy Garcia, I'm Jeff Shear saying so long from Auburn, where the final score is Auburn 196-7 to Missouri 196.650. Be sure to tune into ESPN next Sunday before the Super Bowl at 4 o'clock Eastern to see the Auburn Tigers take on the Georgia Bulldogs, to watch this entire meet on replay as well as other games on our on our ESPN networks. Log on to watchespn.com or download this ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Good night, everybody.